What's up, guys? Jake, the MMA Dad. I am super excited to be sitting back down with you guys. I know it's been a bit since I've done a reaction, but we're going to knock some out for you. One thing I do want to bring up before we get started is I actually sat down and taught myself graphic design and designed the Hazardous MMA for Hazardous Jake Williams MMA logo. So working on some stuff with it, gonna potentially put it on some t-shirts, some hats, things like that. So I am interested in figuring out I guess maybe the best company to do merchandise with, to where it's like a print to order type situation that we can link to the YouTube channel. And actually, a friend of mine who designs websites is actually going to be designing hazardousjakewilliams.com. So we're going to have an actual like website where we'll have everything linked. So I have to figure out all the logistics of everything, but I designed that logo. I'm going to design an MMA Dad logo, and we're going to have like some different designs and stuff like that going. So that's just some of the things we got coming to the channel. That being said, guys, I'm glad I'm sitting down with you guys. I've been super excited knowing that I was going to sit down tonight and do some reactions. Before we get started on any of our reactions, of course, shouts out to the Hangover Gang, Creek Squad, the Nightwish Army, and as always, a big shout out and thank you to our active duty military, our veterans, our first responders. We love you guys on this channel. And of course, we are praying and with all the families of the Uvalde shooting that occurred. It's a terrible and a tragic situation, and as more details come out, like it gets worse and worse for me anyway. That being said, though, guys, the first song that we're going to jump into is one that people were actually messaging me about on social media and asking me, like, when am I going to get to this song? When am I going to do this song? And of course, it's Tom Macdonald. It's titled "The System." So I already know this is going to be one of those songs. You know, Tom Macdonald has the ability to put me on my soapbox quite a bit. So we'll see if this one does or does not. So here we go. Tom Macdonald, "The System." Let's see what Tom's talking about. And boom.
Welcome to the world, baby boy. I'll paint you red and white and blue. The indoctrination starts as soon as you come out the womb. Pretty quick, we'll make you stupid with curriculums at school. And if the classroom doesn't do the trick, we'll make you watch the news. Pick your team.
Okay. So we got Red Eye Tom this time, which is a little bit different. I'm used to Black-Eyed Tom Macdonald. But, okay, so he's talking to a baby boy. I'm guessing, I'm gonna guess just with like the way he's dressed and the red eyes that Tom himself is representing the system, and he's talking to a baby boy. I didn't catch. I'm gonna play it back. I didn't catch it, but I think Tom is representing the system. He's talking straight down to a baby boy, so it's almost like the system is like you know, for lack of a better word, like maybe a demon, demonic, or something like that. So, all right, let's see. Hold on, let me see what he said here.
Welcome to the world, baby boy. I'll paint you red and white and blue. The indoctrination starts as soon as you come out the womb.
All right, I'm going to paint you red, white, and blue. The indoctrination starts as soon as you come out the womb. You know, he's not far off, especially in like today's time period, right? Because, I mean, they're doing crazy stuff with kids in what, kindergarten, preschool sometimes, and who knows what some of the crazy parents, I guess you could say, are teaching their kids even earlier than that. So all right, we're gonna paint you red, white, and blue, and all the indoctrination starts. And that's not just indoctrination from like you know, the craziness of the world from a quote-unquote woke perspective, I guess you could say. It's I mean, you have I'm sure you have people of different criminal organizations, people of different like powerful beliefs like sovereign citizens or something like that that are indoctrinating them with other extremist type stuff. So you have extremism on both ends of the spectrum. So, all right.
Pretty quick will make you stupid with curriculums at school, and if the classroom doesn't do the trick, we'll make you watch the news. Pick your team, right or left.
Okay, so they're going to make you stupid with a curriculum at school. I mean, everybody knows, well, I mean, you should know that I feel like the curriculum in our schools isn't what it used to be. Like, I can see where he's coming from that point, but even more so I see where he's coming from, where like, if that doesn't work, we'll just make you watch the news. The news these days is just absolutely horrible. Like, I don't watch it anymore. Like, I find alternative news sources to go to, because you just don't know what you're getting when you turn the TV on and you're watching a news station. You don't know if you're actually getting the truth. You don't know if you're getting an agenda. It's crazy the way that our news has gone. I've talked about it before. You know, it used to be that, you know, journalists would die for some of these stories that just aren't being covered, or seemingly being covered up in years past. When I say you would have journalists die for that, I mean literally they would risk their lives just for the opportunity to be the person who busts a story wide open, like some of this stuff that doesn't even get reported on. So it's definitely different.
Doesn't do the trick, we'll make you watch the news. Pick your team, right or left, take the red pill or the blue. You can vote, but even if you win, still everyone will lose. Don't forget to buy designer, because Gucci makes you cool. We prioritize material belongings over truth. Get a job that you can't stand so you can...
Yeah, I mean, Tom's talked about it several times, even in the, you know, especially in like the entertainment and the music industry. It's like if you're not pushing the narrative through the news, you can also push the narrative through entertainment, whether that be movies or music, because you have these kids, even adults, that look up to these people who like think that just because, you know, such and such does something, that must mean it's either the right way to do it, or it's the cool way to do it, the accepted way to do it, whatever. And so yeah, that's, I mean, 100% true. He said something else in there. You know, when Tom gets on songs like this, it's going to be like bar for bar for bar for bar, and there's always going to be something to break down.
And if you win, still everyone will lose.
Oh yeah. Take the red pill or the blue. But even if you vote, still everybody will lose. I mean, it's no secret. It shouldn't be a shock that you have people on both sides of the aisle that are out for either themselves or people that are, you know, that are in their pockets or whatever. It happens on both sides. So he's saying, you know, take the red pill, take the blue pill. Doesn't matter. Even if you go out and you vote for who you think is going to do right by the country, everybody's still going to lose. Hopefully, you know, that changes. Hopefully, you know, we get some people in the right places that start making a movement, start getting some of this this corruption exposed. And, you know, it's the thing is that America is not beyond saving if people want to save it, right? So I see where he's coming with that.
Forget to buy designer, because Gucci makes you cool. We prioritize material belongings over truth. Get a job that you can't stand so you can buy some cans of food. Go overseas and die for freedom. There's some oil we can use. Our democracy exists so that you think that you can choose, but our algorithms make you do what we want you to do. What's the problem? You're depressed. Society has you confused. We got medication for you that you'll probably abuse. Go get married to a lady who also don't have a clue, and pump out a few babies that are just the same as you. Welcome to the system. Everyone's a victim. Doesn't...
All right, so before we get into the hook, you know, he's like, go out and get a job you hate, right? How many people are working in careers that they really don't like, or, they fall for the, just go get a degree, doesn't matter what it's in. So they get it in some, degree that there's not a market for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, whatever happened to like going to trade schools or going to things where you're benefiting the society that you live in because you're good at something that other people are not good at, right? So you go to welding school, you go to technician schools, you go to the college that I teach the police academy at. They have like a P-Tech program for going to work in the plants and stuff like that. Those are the jobs to go to, not go get a, not to sound cliche, but not to, don't go get a liberal arts degree and think you're going to make a huge living with that. So, it's Tom bringing attention to things that need attention brought to. He's pointing out the hypocrisy that goes on. I've never been outside of the United States, so I don't know if any of this stuff goes on in other countries. But here in the United States, there's so much hypocrisy like all over the place right now. I heard him say something about eating cancerous foods, like eating like nasty junk food that's going to do bad things to your body. You're going to get depressed, but that's okay. We got some medication you can take. Now you're getting hooked on the medication. It's like a really bad cycle of a downward spiral that you can get caught up in very easily in this country, especially with all the outside influences that are coming in. Like, just go on some of these social media platforms and spend a little bit on there, and you're going to see exactly what I'm talking about. And exactly what Tom's talking about.
If you're black or white, it hates you all.
Oh, let me back this up real quick because I want to hear his hook. So let's see.
About a few babies that are just the same as you. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the world, baby girl. I'll paint you pink if that's okay. We'll encourage self-destruction through the music that you play. We divided all the men by trying politics and race, and honestly, it's working awesome. So for you, we'll do the same. Never teaching you to love yourself, inject you.
Yeah, okay. So now he's talking to a baby girl, and he's saying, like, we did all of this stuff with the men. Now we're going to turn around and we're going to do it with you as well, because it worked out perfect for, the system over on the men's side of things. So now let's do it to you. And because now we're gonna basically lead you down a path as well, using the same tactics. He said, we'll paint you pink if that's okay. What did he say after that? Sorry guys, this is first time hearing the song, so like it doesn't stick right away.
Welcome to the world, baby girl. I'll paint you pink if that's okay. We'll encourage self-destruction through the music that you play.
We'll encourage self-destruction through the music that you play. Yeah, I mean, think about a lot of the music that is popular amongst women by, female artists, right? So they either listen to mainstream rap where they're being made out to be, hoes and worthless, and you're not, the only thing you're good for is looking good when you hang out with the men and this, that, and another. But then you listen to a lot of the music that women make, and it's like spurned from a breakup, which is fine. I mean, look, people are going to write music about things that they've experienced or that someone else has experienced. So I get the whole like spurned love stuff, like it just it seems like there's a lot of that music out there, and but not just that. Then you got people like Cardi B and all these other women who are basically just saying, hey, why don't dress crazy provocative, do all this this stuff that you can do what you want with your body, but at the same time you have to understand that there's just certain things that you do behind closed doors, not just out for the whole world to see. So again, I get that line. Here I am again rambling. Thanks, Tom.
We divided all the men by trying politics and race, and honestly it's working awesome, so for you we'll do the same. Never teaching you to love yourself, inject you full of hate, objectify your sexuality, then blame you for the rape, and weaponize the differences that make our men and women great. Then just to screw with you, erase the genders, everyone's the same. We'll empower you with...
Did he just say what I think he said? First of all, like, I started making a comment before I heard the rest of that bar. He said, we'll objectify you and then blame you, for the quote-unquote consequences that come from that, which is bullshit. Like, somebody can dress however they want to dress. I don't know. I'm not going to get on that soapbox right now, but then I heard something else I want to speak on. Hold on.
That's okay. We'll encourage self-destruction through the music that you play. We divided all the men by trying politics and race, and honestly it's working awesome, so for you we'll do the same. Never teaching you to love yourself, inject you full of hate, objectify your sexuality, then blame you for the rape, and weaponize the differences that make our men and women great. Then just to screw with you, erase the genders, everyone's the same. We'll empower...
Yeah, talking about we're going to get rid of what, or we're going to talk about the differences that make men and women great on their own, right? Men have things that make them great, women have things that make them great. But then, like you said, then we're going to basically say, oh wait, there are no genders, just to screw with you and throw all that out of whack. So yeah, I mean, you can see that going on everywhere, right?
Everyone's the same. We'll empower you with rights to vote and fight for equal pay, then have the men turn into women and you'll fight for them again. But you thought you had it figured out, but everything has changed. Welcome to the system. Please enjoy your stay.
Okay. I'm not gonna go down like a big rant with it, but it is something that it's kind of a point that I don't like. So he said, think about the struggle that women went through to get these things. So equal pay, the right to vote, all of these achievements that women have made. And then he's like, but then we're going to allow men to become women. And then, so basically, like, you did all of that for nothing, because now we're just going to let men become women, and then they're just going to, so, this whole, like, men becoming women and then competing in women's sports thing is ridiculous. I'm not going to get into any debate, so if you jump down in the comment section with it, I'm not getting into it. There's lots and lots of evidence out there that once a male has gone through puberty, they have physical benefits over females when it comes to athletics, period. But what he's saying is, I mean, think about it. Like, so, and this is not bashing on, like, the trans community. There's actually some really awesome people. Blair White's one of them in the trans community. But think about how hard women fought for their rights and all these amazing things that they've been able to accomplish. And then a guy becomes a woman, gets Woman of the Year. I don't even think been a woman for an entire year at that point. You had a trans woman win one of the beauty pageants. I can't remember which one it was. You have trans women smashing sports records and obliterating all the records that have stood and probably will never be touched by a biological female. And then you have you just have all kinds of stuff that women fought hard to get, now are basically not really all theirs anymore. You know what I mean? It's it's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope, you know. All right, enough on my soapbox.
Welcome to the system. Please enjoy your stay. Here's a Bible and a bottle of the cheapest booze we make. Find a man who can take care of you to fill the holes we made. Buy a house and settle down, fulfill your duty, procreate, and make a couple babies who will also do the same. Welcome to the system. Everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the system. Everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom. Fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the world, everybody. I'ma paint you black and white. I'ma make you hate each other so that everyone will fight. I'ma give you our religion, let the righteous find the light. But I will also give you science to oppose the word of Christ. And I'ma give you borders, they're imaginary lines. If you cross them, go to war and win when everybody dies. And I'ma give you money that you'll value more than life. And let the 1% have everything while you fight to survive. And then I'll give you politics, I'll call it left and right. And while you divide yourselves, I will conquer both the sides. Can't you see? I'm the system, my whole purpose is divide. What you choose will never matter because everything is mine. Welcome to the system. Everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here.
So that last verse was even more thought-provoking than the first two, right? Because he's saying, all right, basically, I'm going to divide you, which obviously is going on right now. Make you hate each other, make you fight. You know, if we're fighting amongst ourselves, we can never see the true enemy, right? Then he said, I'm going to give you religion and have the righteous people think that they're like saved, but then I'm going to turn around and give you science, because what has religion and science do? Instead of religion and science kind of like working together, it divides a lot of people, because you have a lot of people who just completely like omit science in a way. I mean, obviously that's a far extreme of religion, but then you have people who are a far extreme of science who think that all religion is stupid and silly, when in reality there's truth in both. So at least in my opinion, in my beliefs, we won't get into that, but so then he was talking about giving you politics. Again, another situation that divides us up, right? And what Tom is saying in this song is that all of this stuff is created by the system. And if you've been paying attention, I can't remember what that dude's name is now, but there's like a convention going on that I can't remember what the guy's name is. I don't want to say the wrong name and get it wrong, but essentially he's talking about a one world government, right? Where like for some reason they think that because they themselves have been successful to the point where they've like accumulated all of this wealth, that means that they should be the ones in charge of telling us how to live our lives, how to run our countries, all this, that, and another. And it's like, okay, you figured out a way to become rich and wealthy. That doesn't make you any more capable of running a country than an officer in the military. You know, like it's a scary thing that's going on with some of these conversations that are being had. And I hope that enough people are paying attention to that instead of paying attention to the things that are being thrown at us that are causing division, so that we can see who like the real enemy is, and we can get to a point of understanding so that we can prevent these kinds of things from happening. Because I'm telling you, if you listen to some of the stuff that's being said in that convention, it really sounds like you got all these, you know, quote unquote powerful people who just want to make it to where they can rule everything. So just be aware.
Inside the system, violence is a symptom, fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom, fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong. Welcome to the system, everyone's a victim. Doesn't matter if you're black or white, it hates you all. Here inside the system, violence is a symptom, fighting for what's right, but somehow everyone is wrong.
Video by Nova Rockefeller. So, like I said, Tom has a way of putting me on my soapbox, even when I go into the video saying, don't get on a soapbox, don't start ranting. Tom finds a way to make it happen. I love the song. I've said it before. You know, I've heard Tom being criticized for, you know, oh, he can only make one type of music. He can only, you know, he's pandering to one side of the aisle. This is a pretty straight down the middle song. A lot of his songs are straight down the middle, and I don't think that he's pandering to anybody. And like I've said, I don't get tired of these songs because it's similar messages presented in different ways. And like I've said before, we have all experienced all of Tom's political songs, right? So to us, yes, we understand that Tom has done a lot of songs that are political songs. However, if he were to make just like one or two and stop, like some people might not see those because they were made a while back. You know, like I haven't seen a lot of Tom's like older stuff. I've seen more of his newer stuff. So you get more and more people who are discovering artists, and if they were to put like a message out and then just never put that message out again, it might not ever get heard. So when you're finding new ways and creative ways to get the same message across, you have a better chance at you're casting a bigger net. Essentially, you have a better chance of getting more people to hear your message, and then they can go back and they can decide for themselves if they want to listen to all the other songs. But I say keep it up, Tom. I love it, man. I love your writing. I love your delivery. I know you make your own beats. Nova always kills the videos. You guys are an amazing team, and like I've said, you'll always have a fan in me, and I will always react to y'all's music and y'all's videos. That being said, guys, like always, the link for the original video will be down in the description below so that you can go support Tom and Nova. You know, I know this is a long video, but hey, you don't have to watch it. People who do watch it, they come here because they want to, you know, hear my thoughts and comments on the music. So that's what I'm going to do. But that being said, guys, again, we got the logo. Hopefully we're going to have the merch coming soon. Hazardous MMA, Hazardous Jake Williams. I am Hazardous Jake Williams, the MMA dad. And see you guys on the next video.